By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma paralyzed. But he recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and the place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you as to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, come on, donate today. Think about it. We make life better for mom and dad. We make life better for the children. When we make life better for the children, we make life better for the whole family. Everybody wins. And it's 100% tax deductible. No donations ever too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Welcome, everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here, as always, to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk with you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is internationally recognized healer, Dr. Erik Pearl, author of the international bestseller, The Reconnection. Heal Others, Heal Yourself. It's now in more than 36 languages. Hey, Doctor, you ready for a great show?
I'm ready for a great show.
Great. You sit tight. We'll be right with you. Listen, I want to thank you all for joining us on Cool Change Radio, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them. Your favorite topics, favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. And if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com and you're looking for some insight, you should be hanging out on BradleyQuick.com. If you ever find yourself running around on that thing called YouTube, you can always go to our channel there. We've got about 485,000 views in a little over 90 days. I'm honored. I'm blessed. I'm so grateful, full of gratitude. Go there, subscribe, we'll send you the notice every time we post a new show. Go to on YouTube. It's Cool Change Radio on YouTube. What a great thing. I'm so happy. Later, my buddy Paul Medrano, former Mr. Universe, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. So that's all going to happen shortly, so stay put. And make a note, if you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, you can pick up that phone and dial 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. And you may want to keep that in your cell phone or right next to your phone in the house, because that's the number we can contact all the shows and all the hosts here on Cool Change Radio. 818-824-9123. Okay, he's appeared on countless television programs in the U.S. and around the world. Spoken by invitation at the United Nations, presented to a full house at Madison Square Garden, been interviewed in various publications, including the New York Times, and most recently in the film The Living Matrix. Joining us now here on the Quick Fix on the Cool Change Radio and TV network is a man whose patients' healings have been documented in 6 books to date, including his international bestseller, The Reconnection, Help Heal Others, Heal Yourself. Dr. Erik Pearl, the world's leading authority in energy healing and beyond. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
It's so good to have you. You were 12 years as a chiropractor, right?
Yeah.
You were where was that thriving business at? Was it here in Los Angeles?
It was right here on Melrose Place in La Cienega, right in the middle of the Hollywood or West Hollywood area.
I know right where that is.
Yeah.
I used to live on Larrabee Street.
Oh, right around the corner. Yeah.
That's great. Well, that's a nice area, and you were really successful. But then all of a sudden, your patients started getting some odd responses to your.
A few strange things happened.
Tell us about some of those few strange things.
Well, I was awakened in the middle of the night on a Thursday evening by a very bright light. I opened my eyes to see what it was. It wasn't anything seemingly spiritual or metaphysical. It was just the lamp next to my bed, for some reason, had elected to turn itself on.
Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a clap on, clap off.
No, it was not. And it wasn't an I've fallen and I can't get up button either. And so The funny thing about it was, I mean, as I said, I had it for 10 years. It never turned itself on before. I was thinking it could be something electrical, like a short, except shorts usually turns things off. So maybe it was an electrical long. I don't know. But at the same time, it felt clearly, distinctly, and almost eerily as if somebody was in my house. I can't explain what kind of an uncomfortable feeling that is. Yeah, real. You know, I wasn't thinking of it in that kind of a spiritual sense of feeling a presence. Yes, I felt a presence, but I wasn't thinking of a woo-woo presence. I just felt like somebody was there.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
It's like when I used to walk home from school in the afternoons. The moment I walked in the front door, I knew whether someone was in my house or I was in the house alone.
Each all of us have energies, and if you just feel the energies.
Well, let's put it this way. I got up with a knife, and a can of pepper spray, and my Doberman pinscher, and I went hunting through the house to see who was there. And after about 20 minutes or so, I couldn't find anyone, so I convinced myself it was my imagination. I went back to bed.
Just my imagination.
Once again. And so I went into my office on that Monday, and the strangest thing, seven different patients independently began to insist that they were feeling people in the rooms in my office with us the way I'd been feeling people in my home.
Well, you're working on these people. They're saying, who else is in this office?
What would happen is I would give them an adjustment, and then I'd tell them to close their eyes and relax. And when they opened their eyes, they'd say to me, who was in the room with me when my eyes were closed? And I said, nobody. Why? And they kept insisting. They felt someone. They heard someone. It felt as if someone was flying around the ceiling. I mean, no one had said anything like this to me for 12 solid years of practice and 7 patients on one day. So you would think that would have gotten my attention.
Right, you think so.
But
hello.
But other patients are saying to me, I can feel your hands before you touch me. And I'm going, oh, yeah, sure you can.
What have you been smoking?
So, right. So, and did you bring enough for everyone? So I told him, lie down, close your eyes, and relax. And I held my hands in different areas, several feet to several yards away from them. And they could tell me, right shoulder, left ankle. Right. So, and as this was happening, I would see tiny little muscles in their forehead or their chin begin to ripple, like if you dropped a pebble into a pond, the way the water ripples. Involuntary muscles. Their eyes would rapidly dart back and forth. Their fingers or their feet would involuntarily move. And when they'd open their eyes, they'd start telling me that they were seeing colors they'd never seen before, smelling fragrances of flowers they'd never smelled before. And I would say, how did you know they were flowers? How did you recognize the colors? And they said, well, we can't explain it. It's just that when you have to experience to know what it was. And that's when they started reporting healings, real healings. Wow. They were getting up out of wheelchairs, some of them. I mean, just as with medicine, nothing is 100%. Right. But a lot of them reporting that their cancer tumors had vanished. Children with cerebral palsy and epilepsy were able to walk and run and play and speak normally, not need their meds, not have seizures. Their parents would call, their doctors would call. They said, what did you do? I said, I didn't do anything, and don't tell anybody, which went over about as big. Leave me alone. Yeah, went over about as big as Nancy Reagan just saying no to drugs, you know. Right. So soon people started coming in from everywhere going, I'll have what she had. And the next thing we know, people are asking me to teach this. And I said, you must be insane. I said, I'm standing there. You don't know
what you got.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you teach it? Right. I'm standing there. I'm waving my hands in the air looking like a fool. So you go outside, wave your hands in the air. Tell me what your neighbors have to say about you.
Sure. And that boy be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it would be funny. It would be funny if it weren't a story. I mean, if it didn't really happen, I guess is the way I mean to say it. So
what transpired to make what processes did you go through to finally acknowledge what was happening inside yourself and think that, okay, I can convey this, I can move this, I can participate in the healing of people with this power or this ability I possess, and so I'm going to take it to the next level. What happened to make that happen?
Well, I could see that the healings were happening, and for several years I was just staying in my office 10 hours a day, 6 days a week doing the healings. But people kept asking me to teach this, and I said, how can you teach it? How can you teach this? But my patients consistently would call me and say, I just drove home and I pulled up in front of my house, And before I could hit the little automatic button inside my car to open the garage door, it opened by itself. Or I walked inside, the lamp of the TV started turning on and off. I felt sensations in my hands. I held my hands near someone in my family. The grandfather could walk after the stroke. My uncle could speak again. And we began to recognize that once you interact with this, what science calls today the Reconnective Healing spectrum, this spectrum that takes us beyond energy healing into an arena, a continuum of energy, light, and information, it changes us physiologically, biologically, on a cellular level. There are 5 studies so far, with a 6th one being planned, that shows that this actually restructures, or what I like to say, reconnects our DNA.
You know, I know that Dr. Wayne Dyer, who's been on the show before, he said that reconnecting to source is the secret to all healing, and that you explain how to do this very well, as good as anyone. And you actually explain it in the book, don't you?
To the best that I can. There are no words to this, because what we're reconnecting to is not something old.
Right.
What we're reconnecting to is something timeless. We've been existing in this little bubble, this 4-dimensional bubble of height, width, depth, and time, and everything inside of our bubble of existence has been energy. So all of our energy healing techniques have been different subsets of energy, Reiki and Qigong and all the names we give it. But suddenly, we're in a period, as quantum physics tells us, where time is moving faster in all directions at once, which means our bubble.
Listen, when we come back, I'm going to talk more about our bubble.
Okay, talk about our bubble,
moving
baby.
Faster. Because this is a great subject, and I don't want to cut you off right here in the middle of the music.
You
but
can
I
cut me
gotta
off
do
wherever
that.
you want.
I'll cut you off right now there, buddy.
There you go.
Stay put, everybody. Have you got a habit you want to change? How would you do things differently to better your life experience if you could? Well, we just might have some answers for you. Better sit tight. I'm here with the world's leading authority on energy healing and beyond, internationally recognized healer, Dr. Erik Pearl, author of the international bestseller, The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself. This is amazing. In 36 languages even. This is the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio. We're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quick, and yes, we'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with the Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com. That's right, GAPZIP.com. They ask, how do you think? They say how you think is more important than what you think. It's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you're trying to take the next step in your career or personal relationship. And they join me all the time, but you can join them every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific on gapzip.com, gapzip.com. Go there, sign up, and learn a new way to think every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7. What a great place. What a bunch of great guys, too. All right, for those of you just joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, or BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again and hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to BradleyQuick.com. You can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, but once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. Then you can listen at your convenience and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at www.BradleyQuick.com. All right, our guest today is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dr. Erik Pearl. He travels the globe extensively throughout the year, bringing the light and information of reconnective healing onto the planet. He teaches you and other people how to activate and utilize this new all-inclusive spectrum of healing frequencies that allow us to completely transcend energy healing and its myriad of techniques to access a level of healing beyond anything anyone has been able to access up to this point, prior to this time. Doctor, welcome back.
Well, thanks. I didn't realize I'd gone anywhere.
I love it. We both left during the commercial.
That's true, yeah.
We what do we call that? We astroplaned a little bit.
So
into the other dimensions.
I think what we're doing is
we're talking about bubbles.
I'm gonna simplify, because I've got a kind of simple mind, this basic quantum physics concept. We've been existing in energy. Everything here, as we've learned, has been energy. We've been existing in this four-dimensional bubble of height, width, depth, and time. So everything inside the bubble has been within the concepts of time.
Right.
But what we understand today from quantum physics is that time is moving faster in all directions at once. It's expanding, which means that our tiny little bubble in this huge, vast, endless universe is opening up to encompass more of what's always existed outside of time. So it's not old, it's timeless, but it's new to us now that it's within our bubble. So we seem to be accessing something once we interact with this reconnective healing frequency that the researchers and scientists feel may well not have been here on the planet before because they've not seen it before. It turns the laws of physics upside down and inside out.
Is this what the Mayans talk about in their calendar?
Is 2012. It's happening
December
this
21,
year.
2012. And that's just the perfect alignment of the planets that happens every 24,000 years. Now, how they knew it was going to happen on that day at that time, I have no idea. But it's a shift. It's
a shift in time. We've had other alignments. It won't be the last, and it won't be the first.
Right, sure.
For instance, in 1987, we had the harmonic convergence, where the planets all came together a certain way, or the stars.
Right.
In 2002, there was the harmonic concordance. This year's 2012. It will be another shift, a large shift. It won't be an instantaneous shift. We are gradually moving into it. We are continuing past that. We're not going to pick up our bed sheets, in other words, on December 21st, look underneath and scream because we're suddenly invisible. We might scream for another reason, but that'll be a different interview.
My buddy Don Miguel Ruiz says they ran out of paper.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's what I think of, too. I saw a comic where they rolled in this stone tablet, and they ran out of room, and they said, boy, I bet people are going to have a lot of fun with this one.
Don't make me laugh too hard. My back.
Don't laugh.
No laughing.
No laughing. This is a serious healing
This is a serious program.
Damn it.
So what is the first step? Come on. What is the first step in somebody that wants to engage in this besides going and buying your books? The first chapter is the first step, right?
Well, the first thing that we really want to do is we want to interact with it on a given level. That's become part of the challenge. Now, for some strange reason...
Interact with it. It was a
feel
hairy
it. This healing,
the monsters.
This healing spectrum. Yeah, cousin it too. This healing spectrum in the book, for example. Well, first of all, I didn't know how this book ever got edited. My editor kept calling me every few days saying, "I can't read this book." Every time I start reading it, my hands are buzzing, my body's buzzing. I have to put it down. And I did write it according to formula. I wrote it according to the formula that Hay House gave me because, to tell you the truth, I was scared to death to write a book. I don't even like to read. I don't organize. I don't want to write a book. Hay House said, here's your formula. 1, 2, 3. Step 1, Talk about the history of
Paint
how
by
this
number.
came
Right,
about.
right, sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah. Your life growing up, how this came about. Step 2, talk about the talk about the philosophy, the theory, the science. Step 3 is a basic how-to. So you can actually learn the basics of how to do this from the book. It won't make you a Reconnective Healing practitioner any more than reading a book on hairstyling or dentistry allows you to hold on a shingle and become a hairstylist or a dentist.
Win it in a Cracker Jack box and call myself a doctor or something?
You could, and I would love to watch. But I won't be your first patient.
So this is going to allow us broaden our spectrum through which we perceive ourselves, our role, our objectives, and those of others.
It seems to what it seems to do is it allows us to reconnect with our original fullness of spirit, of essence, of who and what we are. Did you ever speak with? You've interviewed a lot of fascinating people. Did you ever interview anyone who's experienced the real life after death experience?
Yes.
Right. So they talk about it's that light that we all come from, that light that we all return to, that sense of love and oneness and unity and ownership with everyone. When we are in this healing space, we are actually reconnecting to that. And yet we're able to experience it here while in physical form on this planet. What is 2012 about, since you mentioned it? As far as I'm concerned, 2012 is about us making some shifts in our perspectives, which can be a little frightening because they take us out of our security zones.
Well,
For
change
example,
and fear have one thing in common. They're both the unknown. It's easier to keep doing what you're doing because you know what you're going to get. But it is to step out and do something where you may become vulnerable.
Right, and you're coming up with just the words, common. What's happening is we have been raised generation after generation after generation to grow up looking at what makes each and every one of us separate and distinct. And I think what it's time for us to start to look at is what makes us all the same. I believe that other form of thinking is what we take pride in, whether we're Irish or Jewish or Arab or this or that, and this religion, that religion, and that becomes a lot of the conflict and a lot of the war. And it's time for us to start looking for what makes us all the same, to recognize that when one child cries in one part of the world, 100 children weep in another. When one child laughs, 1,000 children laugh.
Right. Now, chapter 13, now that we got through chapter 1, chapter 13 is getting out of the way. Is it just people's thoughts, people's homeostasis, people's habits, people's beliefs that they must abandon? Is that what you're talking about?
It's our attachment. It's our attachment to the changes that we think we need to make and to looking outside of ourselves for the answer. Pretty much every choice, every decision that we make comes either from fear, lack, limitation, the illusion of separation or darkness, control, or comes from love, prosperity, abundance, light, oneness, and unity. Our energy healing techniques have been keeping us over here in fear, protecting ourselves in a white flame and a purple flame.
The church. It's the manipulation
I wasn't even
of religion.
going to the religion.
I wasn't going to go there either. I don't do that on the show, but I just thought I'd throw that in there.
I wasn't even going to the religion.
As long as it's fear based, they win.
But what happens is, for instance, in energy healing techniques, you're always told protect yourself with an imaginary zipper or this color flame or that color flame, shake off negative energy, spray yourself down with alcohol. You're told that you're not abundant enough to be able to bring these healings forth, so you need to add this pendulum and this amulet and this crystal and this and this and this. But we can't stand in fear, lack, and limitation and facilitate healings that reside in love, prosperity, and abundance.
Fear, lack, and limitation are all self-induced.
They are they're self-induced illusions.
Right, of course.
Self-induced illusions. But you see, illusions are where our fears lie. And fear, of course, and I hate to repeat this
false evidence appearing real.
Old acronym, but you see, it has to appear real. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fear. It would just be fur.
Right.
And,
I'm fearful of that.
Fearful. And so it's terrible. And so what happens is we grow up thinking that some people are brave, that they're not afraid to do anything. That's not brave. Foolish maybe, but it's not brave. We finally do something we're afraid to do, and we don't even recognize that we're brave. We say, oh, we did something that's brave. But the brave person is the person who does what he or she is afraid to do, including stepping through our fear-based illusions, because only then does the gift come when we step through that fear to see that it's been an illusion the whole time.
Tom Hopkins, you're singing my song, by the way, but Tom Hopkins used to say, I love to quote him, he says, do what you fear most and you control fear.
Absolutely.
And then I elaborate on that and say, once you walk through the fear, you look back and see it was simply a cloud of dust.
Or what I say is that as we step through our fears, we become more and more light. We start to recognize that the darkness, that we need nothing to protect ourselves from because darkness doesn't exist, because light needs nothing to protect itself from. If darkness existed, we could sweep it up, put it into a paper bag, and stick it out with the trash. Darkness is merely that place where we have not allowed ourselves to shine as the light that we are. And this is what's interesting about the healings. As we return to the natural vibration of our DNA, it changes our scientifically physical measurable light. And we serve as a reminder of the natural light vibration of the person with whom we interact.
Okay, I'm going to give you a reminder right now. I want you to pick this up.
You can take a break, huh?
Yeah, but I also want you to tell us about some of the most profound experiences your students or the people that follow you have experienced.
Make a deal. I'll do that if you let me finish when we get back.
You can't do it right now.
When we get back.
Okay.
When we get back.
This segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to actions, lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of your results, take a look at your thinking. Go to GapZip.com, sign up, and they'll teach you a new way to think. GapZip.com, join them every second and fourth Tuesday evening at 7. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. My name is Bradley Quick, and I'll be back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
All righty, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. And you do have a passion and purpose, believe me. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. I want you to come and join me October 11th through the 15th in Teotihuacan, Mexico. That's right, Teotihuacan, Mexico. An elevation of 7,000 feet at the base of the Toltec pyramids. My buddy Lee McCormick has a place there that's run by a woman named Emily Greaves. It's called the Dreaming House. It's a 5,500 square meter compound. It's beautiful. And every day you walk to the pyramids for 5 days straight, and you get to go through the energy of the pyramids. You get to check out the 5 portals of your life, utilizing the Toltec wisdom and the energies of the pyramids. I've seen it myself, and I've had some profound impacts on my life. It's actually changed my life into my demeanor and everything about me. And I'm going back. This will be my 4th consecutive time. This is after Lee asked me to come down repetitively for 5 years. I didn't go. Then I went, got it, and boom, I'm there every time now. He goes down there 3 or 4 times a year. So if you go down there, I'm sure that you'll have a great experience. And I hope you'll join me this October 11th through the 15th. Just go to www. That's right, 3 W's and a dot, spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com, and join me down in the pyramids. And like I said, just make it, okay? Just do it, all right?
And I'll add, just do it, because I've been there with Lee a few times. He's a good friend of mine, and it's a wonderful experience.
He's a great guy, isn't he? A great guy. Well, this guy that's talking out in the background, that you heard his voice here, he travels the globe extensively throughout the year, bringing the light and information of Reconnective Healing onto the planet. He teaches you and others how to activate and utilize new and all-inclusive spectrum of healing frequencies, allow people to transcend into energy healing. Hey, Doc, welcome back.
Hey.
So I cut you off.
That's all right. We were talking just a little bit about light, and I want to hit this one a little bit, if I can.
Okay.
Because
you can do anything.
We tend to think of light as just a spiritual concept, and I don't mean to minimize spiritual as just, but what I mean is for the left brain, the terminally left brain people who need some science, they need to also understand today the work of Dr. Fritz Popp and others has confirmed that the DNA in each of our cells emits specific levels of light. We're really like little biophotonic candles exchanging light with one another in our human life. It's shown that when our health is diminishing, that light is dimming. When our health is coming back up, that light is coming back up. The body does not heal the way we were taught. It doesn't heal through the biochemical method. Yes, there are biochemicals involved, but it heals through frequency, light, information, vibration, resonance, entrainment. The brain doesn't work the way we were taught. We don't have little sequestered areas where speech is here and memory is here and learning is here. We know from the work of Dr. Carl Lashley, Dr. Carl Pribram, and others that the information is diffused throughout our brains, and we access it through this field that used to be called the etheric field spiritually, but today science refers to it as zero-point field. Now, I'm making these points for a reason. This new level of healing takes us beyond just energy, into a spectrum of energy, light, and information. So what happens when you learn how to become a practitioner of this work is you learn how to access this field and share not just the energy, but the light and information with another person. That's what they begin to feel. And as they feel this, it serves as a reminder inside of them where something subliminally, a voice imaginarily, we could say, says, hey, I remember this. This is me vibrating healthy. This is me vibrating as light. I think I'll do it again. And as they return to that vibration of light, anything heavier than light, anything denser than light, which pretty much includes most of our health challenges, has very little left to hold on to. So, key phrase, if appropriate for that person or as appropriate for that person, that density, that health challenge simply falls away. And if we take nothing home else from this interview, take home these next 2 sentences. A, healing is just that simple. And B, anything more complicated than that is designed to sell us something. It's designed to take us away from our internal power, as Gary Zukov would say, and focus us on the external objects, amulets, rituals, procedures.
Your insides with something on the outside.
Right. Yeah. Right. Now, our brains, as we said, don't work the way that we were taught. Most of us have a computer today, and we understand, I think if we just think about it for a moment, that a computer is pretty much nothing more than a metal box. It does nothing by itself unless you put a software program into it. Then you get information out of the computer, and you're able to access that internet field out there somewhere. Upgrade the software, better information from the computer, and better access to that internet field out there somewhere. So, Bradley, what if our brains are our hardware? What if our DNA is our software? And what if what we are doing is, as science is now demonstrating for us, restructuring, or as I say, reconnecting the DNA? then what Reconnective Healing is actually doing is it's allowing us to share with one another, facilitating in that sharing an actual human software upgrade that allows better access to the information within, more comprehensive access to that multidimensional field out there somewhere and in here somewhere. And since we go where our attention goes, we become more multidimensional human beings. See, I don't even like the word healing because it makes it sound as if we have to get better from something, get rid of a pain, regain the use of an arm or a leg.
But you said we just got to get out of our own way. That's the whole deal. Our domesticated social matrix belief system.
Yes.
It's here to keep us in the system, but it's also here to we're learning what our parents taught and what their parents taught, and blah, blah, blah.
It
right?
looks like it's here to keep us in this system. It's actually here to help us grow out of the system and to grow from the learning. See, think of it this way. It's like I talk about energy healing teachers that are always selling you new toys or gadgets, telling you you need something. We can talk about the analogy you used of keeping us in the system. Things that look at first glance as if they're not good, as if they're bad, as if there's something we have to get through. But the truth is, I believe anyway, that when we return to that light between our lifetimes, we see everyone who's there. We will embrace those people who sold us into fear, into control, into lack, into thinking we need objects and rituals and things, and we will say thank you very much for doing your job so beautifully, because if you had not brought me to that place of fear or control or lack so well, I never would have had what it took for me to say, hey, I don't have to take this any longer. I don't have to be here any longer. I'm going to step out of that and into love, unity, and oneness.
We all can look at some of the worst situations in our lives and see how it's transformed our lives in such a wonderful way.
Well, I heard your introduction. Would you have been here without
Absolutely
your life being
not.
that way?
And I have a friend named Dorothy Lee Donahue who has a show on here on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock here on Cool Change Radio called Love and Miracles with Dorothy Lee Donahue. And she's says, Bradley, you chose this life a couple thousand years ago, and now you're here, and you went through what you went through so you could do what you do today.
It doesn't always feel like we choose things.
Yeah.
I mean, in other words, like for me, if sometimes, when I'm summing up the story quickly, I say, well, the short essence of what happened to me was I left my office on a Thursday thinking I was a doctor. I came in on a Monday and I was something else. Now, my parents had always told me I was something else, but this was probably not what they had in mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, this is cool. Give us some testimonials of people that you worked with and some of their experiences.
I can share some healing stories. I mean, I kind of get bored sharing healing stories
come on.
after a while,
It's the
but
first
I'm
time
going to
I've
do
heard
one.
it.
I'll do one. All right, you mentioned the film The Living Matrix. I can share the story of the opening of that movie.
Show, right?
I'm just one of the people interviewed in the film. And what happened was I was giving a presentation in Thessaloniki, Greece, which is the second largest city there. And it was in a small miniature Colosseum type setting. And I gave my regular presentation, and then it was over, and I was about to leave the stage to go to a book signing somewhere else. And a group of people carried up this young boy to me, Demetrius. He could not walk. He had metal leg braces on. His toes could touch the ground, but his heels couldn't. He had to hold on to furniture. He had to crawl. He couldn't be understood. If he made sounds, no one could understand him. The mother would sort of interpret for the family.
Right.
And they asked if I would work with him, and I thought, well, sure. He's already there. So I placed him on the massage table in front of me, took off the leg braces. We started to do work, but 4 minutes into it, the place had to close, and they told us we had to leave. And this child got up off of the table, walked down the stairs from the stage, and ascended the entire staircase of the miniature Colosseum not once but twice.
Wow.
His mother took the seminar and brought him down to see me in Athens the next week. And he looked at me and he said, look what I can do. I can run. And he ran down the hallway and he ran back. He said, and look what else I can do. I can stand on one leg and spin in a complete circle. And he did. And then he said, and I can open my right hand. What we didn't realize was all of his life he was completely unable to open his right hand. I can hold my own cup of water. I can hug my parents with both my arms like a big boy. And then what suddenly became clear was that for the first time in his life, everyone except me, because he was speaking in Greek, could understand him.
Wow.
4 minutes. Healings take this long. What takes the time is for us to choose to accept the healing.
Right, to digest it.
That's the
choose to accept
distinction.
it, absolutely.
But I think what I should do, and I don't know if there's time in the segment
You
or
got
not.
about 30 seconds left, and then you're done, son.
30 seconds, then we're done. Okay, then what I want to tell you is that we're giving seminars. We're teaching you how to do this work. We're giving a seminar in Los Angeles and Newport Beach, which I think will be next month. October 19th through 21.
Taylor,
and
put all
one
that stuff up.
one in Miami, which will be December 7th through 9. And I can pretty much make you two promises that by the end of one weekend, A, you will be able to do anything and everything in the way of healing that I can do, and B, you will be able to do anything and everything in the way of healing that any human on this planet can do.
That's on the events page on your website.
Yeah, the website and the book title are the same. The book is called The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself, and the website is thereconnection.com.
Thank you. It's been good having you. You got to promise me one thing. Promise me you'll come back.
I would love to come back.
Okay, we'll do that one of these days. When you're back in town.
Yeah.
Stay put, everybody. They're in the right place. Cool Change. We'd like to welcome all our new talk shows. We've got a bunch. We got Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D's, Damona Hoffman. Love, Serve People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker, and a bunch of others. Just stay close to CoolChangeRadio.com where you get all the information you want on those and a bunch of great stuff. We're coming right back with our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. My name is Bradley Quick. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement, here on your Solutions Radio Network. We'll be right back. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, traveling garment bags, and ladies' and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you catch our live and video recorded shows on Cool Change Radio and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. This is Cool Change Radio. As you all know, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models for the kids. And as a result, they become better providers, and it's just to help somebody. It helps the kids become more nurturing and loving. It's beautiful. Their whole life changes. You can help the foundation, help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the kids. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link and help us today. Every penny counts. No donation's ever too small, and the children need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right, joining us now is former Mr. Universe himself, Paul Medrano. He's really good. He talks to you about fitness and healthy living and eating and nutrition and what's good for you, what's bad for you, and different body types and a bunch of great stuff. Here he is, Paul Medrano.